This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, your daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement as we navigate aging, caregiving, and living well together. Now, let's get on with today's episode.
Welcome to today's Daily from Senior Safety Advice. I'm Esther Kane. Today, we're talking about something that warms the heart, creating family rituals that include our aging parents. You know, life moves fast. Between work, kids, and everything in between, it's easy for the days to blur together. But when we slow down and bring meaning into our shared routines, we create memories that last far beyond a moment. Rituals, big or small, help anchor us. They say, you belong, you matter. And that's something every person, especially an older adult, deeply needs to feel. When I worked as an OT, I often saw how powerful rituals were for families. I remember one family who cared for their grandmother, Maria. Every Sunday morning, before anyone looked at their phones or turned on the TV, they sat around the kitchen table for coffee time. Grandma Maria would tell stories, some they'd all heard 100 times, but she'd add new details each week. Her granddaughter would braid her hair, her son would make coffee the way she liked it, and her daughter would often make toast from her favorite bread. It wasn't fancy, it was simple, but that little 30-minute ritual gave everyone something to look forward to. It gave Grandma Maria a sense of purpose. She wasn't just being cared for, she was part of caring with. That's what rituals do. They connect generations and create belonging, even when daily life feels fragmented. Rituals aren't just traditions or habits, they're moments of emotional grounding. Research shows that shared rituals reduce stress, strengthen family bonds, and create a sense of predictability that helps everyone feel secure. For older adults, especially those dealing with memory changes or mobility issues, rituals provide comfort through familiarity. They can help maintain a sense of identity, something that's often threatened when health or independence begins to change. And for caregivers, rituals can remind us why we're doing what we do. They shift our focus from the endless list of to-dos to moments of connection and gratitude. I want you to think of rituals as touchstones, points in the week or year that say, we're still here together. When I say family rituals, you might picture holiday meals or birthdays, and those are wonderful. But everyday rituals can be even more meaningful. Let me share a few ideas. Morning check-ins. Maybe it's a phone call or a shared cup of tea. A simple "Good morning, how did you sleep?" can start the day with a connection. Weekly meals. Choose one day a week to share a meal. Could be the middle of the week, the weekend, whatever. Even virtually. Rotate who chooses the menu or cooks the recipe. That's what products like Amazon Echo Show or FaceTime, that's when they are so important. You can use them to share a meal. Memory moments. Take 5 minutes to look at old photos together. Ask your parent to tell the story behind one picture. Nature walks. Now, if walking isn't easy, sit together on a porch or a balcony. Watch the sunrise. Listen to the birds. People watch. TV or radio rituals is another everyday type of thing ritual that you can do. Watch the same show at the same time each week. Discuss it afterward. This gives structure and shared conversation. In music hours, create a family playlist of songs that remind everyone of good times. Music taps into emotion and memory in very powerful ways. Rituals don't need to be grand or expensive. Believe me, they don't. They just need to be consistent and shared. Now, if your loved one has dementia or limited mobility or lives in a different home, state, country, whatever, You might wonder, how can we include them? Well, the answer is through sensory and emotional connection. For example, if they're limited in their, physical abilities, mobility, cooking together, maybe that used to be a family ritual. So keep that, continue doing that, whether you can do it from a wheelchair or a seated stool, anything at all. Let your parent smell the cinnamon while you bake or stir the batter for a few seconds. If they can't physically join you, video chat while you prepare the recipe. If mobility is an issue, adapt the ritual so that they can participate comfortably. Like I said, either from a Zoom or wheelchair or working on the kitchen table instead of the countertop. A walk can become sitting by the open window and breathing fresh air together. A family game night can become a simple trivia chat over Zoom or Alexa's Echo Show. The key is participation, any form of participation. It's not perfection. Even small gestures like lighting a candle together or saying grace before dinner, sharing one thing you're grateful for, can become rituals that bring meaning back into everyday life. As our parents age, family roles easily tend to shift. Sometimes it's hard for them to feel needed, especially if they've gone from being the caregiver to being cared for. Rituals can gently balance that by giving them the opportunities to give back. You might ask your mom to share her best piece of advice at Sunday dinner, or to help with Sunday dinner, or to help with any chores around the house, or have your dad say the blessing before meals, or choose the music for the family playlist. When older adults feel included, they're more likely to stay socially engaged, and that has real health benefits. Studies show that seniors with strong family ties have lower rates of depression, better cognitive function, and even longer lifespans. In other words, these small rituals don't just nurture relationships, they support physical and mental well-being. If your family used to have traditions that faded over the years, this might be the perfect time to bring them back. Think about what your parents valued when you were growing up. Did you always bake cookies before the holidays? Did you watch fireworks together? Visit a certain park at a certain time of the year or day or week? Even if the old version isn't possible, you can reinvent it. Maybe the park visit becomes a photo slideshow of past trips, or you can do YouTube vacations. There are a lot of YouTube videos of places where people are going on vacation, drone videos and all of that. I call it YouTube travel. Maybe the cookie baking becomes decorating store-bought cookies together. The spirit of the ritual matters more than the actual details. So don't get hung up on the details of the ritual. By adapting it, you're not just honoring the past, you're giving your parents a role in shaping the present. So if you're ready to create or revive a ritual, here's an easy way to begin. 1. Choose one small moment that happens regularly, like mealtime or bedtime or Sunday afternoon. 2. Add intention. Ask yourself, what feeling do I want this to create? Maybe it's calm, gratitude, laughter, connection. Think about that. 3. Include your loved one's input. Ask what matters most to them. Sometimes they'll surprise you with simple answers like, I just like sitting on the porch together. 4. Keep it consistent. Rituals work because they're predictable. Don't worry about perfection, as I said before. Just keep showing up. And number 5, share the meaning. Over time, talk about what the ritual means to everyone involved. It helps reinforce the emotional value and keeps it going. Well, thanks for joining me today on the Senior Safety Daily Podcast. If this episode touched your heart, share it with a friend or family member who could use a little inspiration. You'll find more caregiving tips, guides, and free resources at seniorsafetyadvice.com. Come back tomorrow for another daily dose of calm, compassion, and clarity. And remember, Caring for others begins with caring for yourself. So until next time, take care of yourself and the ones you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.